is a presentation of Fox Sports.
We are Baltimore. We are Detroit.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. Today, the Tigers are turning to their rookie sensation, Michael Fulmer, to earn a victory in this series. And really, since May 21st, Fulmer has been lights out. A record of 6-1 in that span. It's a beautiful day for baseball here in Cleveland. Game 3 in the series, Tigers and the Indians. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, Ron Allen, glad to have you with us for the series finale. Tigers have lost 11 straight now to the Cleveland Indians, Rod, but the secret is coming out now, and Michael Fulmer around the league is starting to show that he can pitch in this league, and the Tigers hopefully will get a win from him today.
You know, I'm interested in watching what Fulmer does here today. This is one of the most highly contested starts he's had so far this year. He's passed every single test, but when you add in the fact that the Indians have dominated the Tigers so far this season, I know he'll be out there with a little extra adrenaline today. Let's just hope he's able to keep it in check and still pound that strike zone.
All right, now the last time we saw Fulmer, he was so good in Tampa against the Rays. 10 strikeouts in that game, and I would say, Rod, I think you would probably agree, the best we have seen Fulmer this year.
You know, Tigers keep talking about slowing him down, but he's showing no signs of slowing down. For me, his stuff was explosive 5 days ago in Tampa. The fastball got up to 96, 97 miles an hour. His secondary pitches, a tremendous amount of confidence in those pitches does Fulmer have. His fastball, when he throws it up at the top of the strike zone, it just appears to have another gear. The ball just blows by the hitters, whether they're left-handed or right-hander. He has simply been dominant this year.
Only 2 hits in 7 innings, 10 punch-outs, no runs against the Rays in his last outing. Now, this Cleveland offense pretty consistent this year. They've got some pretty good performers, but maybe at the top of that list, Francisco Lindor.
Franchise player, and we've seen that for about a calendar year now since he's come to the movies. No other shortstop has really rivaled his numbers. Take a look at since he got to the big leagues in July of last year. Batting average second, home runs third, .984 fielding percentage. He's only made 4 errors this year. Those are shortstop ranks for an American League player, but this guy's tremendous. He has a strong arm, he has great range, he hits from both sides of the plate, and he can really drive in runs. This guy's batting third in the middle of a first-place club that's looking to get to the postseason. He is simply a spectacular player.
All right, Tigers and Tribe, Game 3 of the series coming up after a short break. We send you back to the Call Sam Studios. Check in with Kristen Keith. Coming up in this one, time to snap the streak. Enough is enough. Tigers and Tribe, Game 3 coming up next. Brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. And by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. Great afternoon for baseball here in Cleveland. Tigers and the Indians wrap up this series. The Indians won the first 2 games. We'll see if the Tigers can avoid the sweep here this afternoon. Here is the starting lineup that the Tigers will run out there this afternoon. Tigers going at full strength today. It's presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Ian Kinsler is leading off at second base. Cameron Maybin in center field. Miguel Cabrera is an all-star again. He's playing first base. Victor Martinez DHing. Castellanos is back in there after missing last night's game. Upton is in left. You've got Moya, Saltalamacchia, and Iglesias, your bottom 3, and they are facing the right-handed slants of Mr. Josh Tomlin.
Tomlin having an outstanding season. He has 9 wins. He's only lost 1 game, a respectable earned run average. He's always around the plate with a fastball that doesn't top out above 90. He'll also cut the fastball, lots of curveballs, lots of changeups, and he's always around the plate. Doesn't walk very many. Let's take a look at the Cleveland Indians starting defense presented by Tim Hortons. In the outfield, they've got Ramirez, they've got Naquin, they've got Chisenhall. Up the middle, they've got the spectacular Francisco Lindor along with Jason Kipnis. Santana at first, Uribe at third, and Jimenez getting his first action of the series.
Here is what is at stake for the Tigers this afternoon. As we scope out the standings, we see the Tigers now are 7.5 back behind Terry Francona and the Indians. So the Tigers, if they win today, would head to Toronto 6.5 back. A big swing and a big game here today for the Detroiters. KC struggling right now as they continue to fall farther behind. We are ready for baseball here this afternoon. Tomlin goes to the hill. Kinsler goes to the plate. And the final game of this series on tap here under sunny skies for the time being here in Cleveland. There is some rain in the area, but that is not supposed to get here until later today. Hopefully after this ball game is complete.
Expect the Tigers' approach today against Tomlin to be very aggressive, especially on the first couple of pitches. He throws lots of strikes and he likes to lead everybody off with a fastball.
Ian Kinsler in the series is 0 for 6. Only 4 hits on this road trip so far for Kinsler. Tomlin's first pitch is fouled back out of play. No balls and 1 strike. Ian batting .288 with 16 home runs, part of the final vote in the American League. So there is a possibility of getting Kinsler into the All-Star game. Here's the 0-1. On the outside corner, no balls and 2 strikes. Tomlin, 31 years old, out of Tyler, Texas. That's down the right field line, but foul. 0-2 the count stays. His last start in Toronto was a good one. 8 strikeouts, gave up just 1 run in 6 innings.
And that Toronto ball club, especially in their ballpark and the way they're swinging the bats right now, that's an outstanding start for Tomlin to do that.
Swing and a miss, and he takes care of Kinsler. 1 gone.
Tomlin is a master. Once he's able to get ahead of you, because he does have that pinpoint control, he'll throw you that cut fastball that looks like it's right over the heart of the plate initially, and then the natural cutting action will carry that ball at least 6 inches outside.
Here is Cameron Maybin now. Maybin is only 1 for 8 in this series. He is still batting .348.
Already some barking coming out of the Tigers dugout. 1 batter in.
We've had some barking all 3 games, I think, and even some crooked looks from some of these hitters. Here's a bouncer to the shortstop. Lindor throws him out, and there are 2 away.
Tigers indeed very aggressive today against Tomlin.
Here are the field conditions presented by Ace Hardware and the Scotts Company. Right now it's 84 degrees outside, so the warmest day we've had in the 3-game series. Mostly sunny right now at the ballpark. Miggy back in the lineup today after being ejected from last night's ball game.
And that was the 8th career ejection from Miguel Cabrera.
Ball 1 from Tomlin.
Miggy's got good numbers against Tomlin, but he has not performed all that well this season in 11 games against Tri pitching.
for Cabrera. 40 home runs career against the Tribe. Here are the numbers against Tomlin. 364 with a homer. He's hit a ton of home runs against the Indians in his lifetime, though. That's off the end of the bat. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Looks like Miggy's gotten a little bit closer to the plate here this afternoon against Tomlin. Miggy usually does not stand this close to the plate. Also slightly open stance.
Tomlin comes inside, 2-2.
And for Miguel to make that kind of adjustment in the batter's box, he must be looking for a specific pitch this afternoon.
Bouncing ball to third base. On the charge there is Uribe. And out at first by a step is Cabrera. Tomlin a 1-2-3 first inning. Here come the Indians in the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first inning, Santana will lead things off against Michael Fulmer, who is presented today by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
And Fulmer has 2 losses. One of those losses came to the Tribe back on May 5th, but the pitcher that they're going to see today, totally different. Power fastball, lots of confidence, and extraordinary breaking pitches these days for Fulmer.
So Fulmer goes to work against Santana, who will start things off here for the Indians. Santana back in the leadoff slot today. 2 out of 5. He has walked 4 times in the series. He's also homered. And Fulmer misses outside, ball 1.
And Michael Fulmer has 3 pitches. All 3 of his pitches are above average by major league standards. The fastball goes anywhere from 94 to 98. He's got a really good slider, and he also has a good changeup.
Ground ball to first, fielded there by Cabrera. And Fulmer covers, 1 gone. Here's the rest of the lineup for the Indians today, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. You saw Santana. It'll be Kipnis at second, Lindor at short, middle 3 today. Napoli, Ramirez, and Chisenhall. He's had good numbers this year against the Tigers. Uribe, Naquin, and Jimenez behind the plate today for the Tribe.
And Terry Francona has a ton of left-handers in his starting lineup today going up against Fulmer, but left-handers really have not been an issue for Michael really all year. He is holding left-handed hitters to a 188 batting average in his 12 starts in the big leagues.
Strike called on Kipnis.
That's what you admire about Fulmer. Strike 1. He's not afraid to throw the ball over the plate.
Kipnis is 1 for 3 against Fulmer. He'll drive this one to center field. Maben is on the move. He'll run it down. Hard contact by Kipnis, 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the Tigers starting defense. It's presented by Beaumont Health. Maben in center field, Upton in left. Moya, he gets another start in right. Third to first, you've got Castellanos, Iglesias, Kinsler, and the big fella Miguel Cabrera over at first. and Jared Saltalamacchia getting the nod behind the plate.
So Fulmer has retired the first 2 Indians here. Now Francisco Lindor will stand in.
And the Tigers also need Fulmer to stay out there for quite a while this afternoon. They need some innings out of their starter. When you combine the first 2 starts with Norris and Sanchez, they only went 6 1/3 innings in those 2 starts. So they need Fulmer to go at least 6 today.
Lindor looks at ball 1. 1-1 the count. Tigers got a fresh arm up from Toledo. Bobby Parnell returns to the big club, and Buck Farmer was sent back down after last night.
Quick little overnight trip for Buck Farmer.
He's kind of getting used to that, isn't he?
That's right.
Been up and down
5 times already, up and down for Fulmer.
2 balls and 1 strike on Francisco Lindor. Now 3-1 on the talented shortstop. Mike Napoli waiting on deck. Here is Fulmer's 3-1 pitch. Full count now, 3-2. Here's that roster move we just spoke of, with Parnell coming up and Buck going down. It wasn't related to Buck's performance last night. It's just, as Rod pointed out, the Tigers need a fresh arm here. They've gone deep into their bullpen. Here's the 3-2, and it's hit high in the air toward left center field. Maybin is on the run, still going, and he'll not get it. It looked like he called for it, and then it falls beyond him up against the wall. And Lindor is on with 2 outs.
Maybin definitely called for it, but then he pulled up as he got closer to Justin Upton. I don't know if he saw Justin out of the corner of his eye at the last moment and bracing for contact or what, but it's a ball that surely should have been caught by Cameron.
They're going to rule that a double. 2 out, 2 base hit for Lindor, and that'll bring on Mike Napoli. Napoli batting .242. We'll foul that one back out of play.
And Mike Napoli having a career year this year in his first year of duty in a Tribe uniform. On pace to hit more homers and drive in more RBIs than he has in any single season. There are his career highs prior to this year. And you see the projection.
When Fulmer first faced the Indians back on May 5th, he gave up 10 hits, including a home run to Napoli.
Those 10 hits, career high in a game for Michael.
That'll miss inside. 1 ball and 1 strike.
When he saw the Indians that day, they did not see a changeup from Fulmer, so they saw a guy that was a 2-pitch pitcher that night. Now they're seeing a guy that's added the changeup. And boy, has he added the changeup.
Here's the 1-1. Yeah, he's not really tinkering with it, is he?
No.
It's become a major part of his pitch repertoire.
First 4 starts, you can see he only used the changeup 7%. In his last 8 starts, where he has simply been one of the best pitchers on the planet, it's gone up to 18%. You might want to throw a slider here to Napoli. He did.
And he foul tipped it into the glove. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Napoli.
That's the thing that's impressed me the most, Mario. You've got Napoli standing in the batter's box. It's a 2-1 count. He no doubt is a dangerous hitter. And Fulmer has developed a lot of confidence in his off-speed pitches to throw him in that particular count. And not only throw him, but throw him for strikes. And get swings and misses. If you're Napoli, you don't know what's coming now.
He was able to force that one back out of play. Emergency hack. 2-2 on Napoli.
If you've been following the telecast the last couple of days, we have told you that there's no way that Napoli can catch up to a fastball above the belt buckle. Fulmer's fastball at 96, 97 miles an hour, if in fact that's what he chooses to throw here.
Big off throw, and back in there is Lindor.
It's a nice play there. Kinsler put on the pickoff play. Just want to keep the youngster Lindor on his toes.
Now, who will signal that play? Kinsler?
Ian will give some kind of a signal to Michael Fulmer. There has to be an answer so that both guys know they're on the same page.
Fulmer earlier this year had that 33 1/3 scoreless inning streak, which was smack dab in the middle of that stretch in which he was one of the best in the American League. 2-2, little chopper toward the shortstop. Iglesias with a running scoop. Napoli is out and the threat is over. No runs, a double, one man left, and we go to the second in Cleveland. Game here, final game of this series. Victor Martinez will begin things for the Tigers. Menards brings you the big money encounter, and when you look at some of the Indians' numbers and what they've done at home since June the 1st, it's not surprising that they have the lead in the Central.
Simply dominant. They are having a lot of fun as a group. A lot of smiles down there in that Tribe dugout, led by Terry Francona.
Josh Tomlin goes back to the hill. It'll be Victor Martinez bouncing the first one fair inside the bag, and Victor didn't even run. He's saying that's a foul ball, but first base umpire Ryan Blackney disagrees. So Victor's an easy out.
Of the 9 strikes so far in the game that Tomlin has thrown, the Tigers have only taken 1 of those strikes, so clearly they're very aggressive this afternoon in their approach against Tomlin.
One away in the Tigers' second. Here's Castellanos back in the lineup today. Nick had flu-like symptoms yesterday, did not play, and he's going to give it a go this afternoon.
When you have a pitcher on the mound that has the kind of command that Tomlin has, sometimes you can do yourself a disservice by swinging at the very first pitch, because he no doubt knows what your weakness is, and he is trying to throw to your weakness on the very first pitch.
Well, Tomlin has found the Tigers' weaknesses this year. He's 3-0 against them.
Tomlin is one of those guys, Mario, that you don't really stew a whole lot about the night before when you're going to face him. You know you're going to get some hits, some stuff to hit. But at the end of the day, you look up and you've got that comfortable 0 for 4.
No balls and 2 strikes on Nick Castellanos. Little chopper to third, foul.
And Castellanos had to be scratched from yesterday's game because of flu-like symptoms. He didn't look a whole lot better today.
Tomlin just does not walk anybody, literally.
That's why the Tigers are very aggressive here so far.
He is less than 1 walk per 9 this year. There's a bouncer back up the middle, but Kipnis is right there. 2 up, 2 down, another ground ball out. 4 straight now for Tomlin on the ground. It'll bring up Justin Upton. Tigers play this game here, and then they wind up the first half with a 4-gamer at Rogers Center beginning tomorrow night. Upton is 2-for-7 in the series.
It was surely nice to have a win going up into Toronto to start that 4-game series, where Toronto Blue Jays are starting to play a little bit better baseball at home.
Upton 8 home runs this year. He's knocked in 36. Here is Tomlin's 0-1. Chopper to third base. Easy play there for Uribe.
Another ground ball.
And it's going to be a 1-2-3 second inning. That is 6 up, 6 down. Michael Fulmer in his last start, as good as it gets, but he'll give up a hit here in the second. Ramirez hits one down the line, and he'll go to second with a double. And now the throw is going to get away. Castellanos going to have to run it down and get Ramirez to third base. The Tigers just not playing good defense already in this game.
No, Tigers playing like they're a little sleepy out there. A noon start here today so far. Now Michael Fulmer has to pitch out of another jam. The Cleveland Indians are swinging early and often against Fulmer as well. The book on him is that he attacks you with a lot of first pitch fastballs, and already a lot of their players have swung into first pitch. I don't know who that air is going to go to, either Iglesias or Moya.
It'll be a double and an error. We'll wait to see who gets the error. Runner at third, nobody out for Lonnie Chisenhall.
Chisenhall had an outstanding day last night. Excuse me, had an outstanding night last night. 4 hits for Chisenhall.
Ball one high to Lonnie. 4 out of 6 in the series. 3 RBIs. Had a couple of doubles in last night's ball game.
And Tigers playing the defense relaxed in the infield. A ground ball will get another RBI for Chisenhall.
Way outside, 2-0.
There's the defenders. Castellanos playing into the cut of the grass, but most left-handers don't hit the ball down in that direction.
High fly ball center field, deep enough to get the run in. Maben going back. That'll score the run as Ramirez comes trotting home. It's a sac fly, and Chisenhall has his 4th RBI of the series.
The Tribe are just playing the game the right way, and it's one of the reasons why they're one of the better teams in baseball right now. Runner on second base, they get that guy over. Runner in the out, runner on third, less than 2 outs, they get that guy in with a sac fly. And they've done it in the first 11 meetings this year against the Tigers, and they're doing it against a lot of teams.
Here's Juan Uribe. On the outside corner is strike on Uribe. So the error turns costly because the sac fly scored him. 1-0 in favor of the Indians here today. Uribe trying to hold up, couldn't do it.
And good slider there by Fulmer at 86 miles an hour. You can expand the strike zone even further now against Uribe. No need in throwing him a strike now.
Now Fulmer fires it home, and it's fouled back out of play as Uribe continues to battle. Uribe in the series 0 for 3. Cleveland is his 7 different organization that he's played with. 7 of them, and he's been pretty consistent with all the organizations he's played with. He did not go. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This guy's been around for better than 1,800 major league games, which is 9th among all active players in games played. 1-2 is a swing and a miss. Down he goes.
It's a really good changeup there thrown by Fulmer. Just enough to disrupt the timing.
Well, the Bernstein advantage brings you the pitcher-batter matchup. Here are the numbers on Fulmer since May the 21st. I mean, really up and down the lineup here in all these different categories. He has just been lights out.
Those are major league ranks. It's amazing what he's been able to accomplish.
Tyler Naquin sends a ground ball toward the shortstop, and Iglesias throws him out. Side retire to run in for the Indians. As we go to the top of the 3rd, and stay tuned to Tigers Live following the game. We select the Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game, presented by McDonald's. Stop by for your breakfast favorites now being served all day. Steven Moya will get things started here in the 3rd. It'll be the bottom 3: Moya, Saltalamacchia, and Iglesias. First one home is a strike called from Tomlin, who has come out of the bullpen throwing strikes. He has thrown 18 pitches, 16 of them strikes. And the next one is inside. Run the count now. 1 ball and 1 strike.
He has a 4-seam fastball, but he does not throw the 4-seam fastball that often. Mostly cutters. The fastball of choice for Tomlin. We've seen the slow breaking ball. He also has a changeup. He has 9 wins this year, and he's only walked 10 batters all year. It's amazing.
Here's the 2-1. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike. 0.9 walks per 9 innings, so less than 1, but he's gone 3 and 1 here. Moya grounds it toward first, foul. By the way, they gave Moya the error on the throw on that double by Ramirez, which set up the run. So it was a double E9. Three and 2 the count. Moya, then Salty, and then Iglesias. And a swing and a foul tip, and it's out of the glove. The catcher, Jimenez. Well, you know your rotation is deep when you have a guy like Tomlin, who's at the bottom of that rotation with 9 wins. Here's the 3-2 again, and it's lifted in the air toward left center field. That ball is going to be caught by Ramirez, who bobbled it just momentarily. It hung up long enough for him to get there.
That was a pretty good at bat by Moya, and he went down to the bottom of the strike zone and hit that ball in the left center field, but it had some natural slicing action to it. And you see Ramirez in left field. This ball kind of came back to him because it was slicing in that direction. He just continues to perform no matter where they play him.
Really valuable guy. They have him on the left today. He's played the infield all over the place. Now Saltalamacchia. Salty 1 for 5 on the road trip. Batting .206. They are shifting to the right side against Saltalamacchia. Kipnis going out to the grass.
Of all the Tigers hitters, I think Saltalamacchia probably gets shifted on the most. Now, they do shift quite frequently on Victor Martinez, but there are times where the opposing managers will not shift on Victor, depending on the situation. But every time Saltalamacchia steps in that batter's box, they shift.
Now with 2 strikes, the third baseman Uribe moves farther back and towards second base. Swing and a miss, and Salty is out on strikes. 8 straight retired now by Tomlin.
That's that cut fastball that Tomlin is fearless with. It's a really good pitch for him, and really a lot of big league pitchers throwing the cut fastball these days. Tomlin just has the uncanny ability to stay off the barrel of the bat, man. Everything off the end of the bat or off the label. Not a lot of hard contact against him.
Well, here's a guy that typically makes contact. It'll be Iglesias with 2 outs. Iggy is 0 for 7 in the series, and he looks at a ball low.
If you look at the one knock on Tomlin, it's the fact that he has given up 19 home runs this year. And because he is so efficient with the strike throwing.
Shot to third base. Uribe had him played on the grass. Iglesias is out. Tigers go 1-2-3 for 3 straight frames. Here are the starters for the American League in the All-Star game this year. Jose Altuve at second base. A lot of Red Sox. You got Betts, you got Bradley, you got Bogarts, you got David Ortiz.
All three of those guys making the All-Star team for the very first time.
Sal Perez, the highest vote getter. And then Manny Machado at third base. So a pretty good group representing the American League. Unfortunately, right now, no Ian Kinsler. There's a line drive up the middle, a base hit. Leadoff single for Chris Jimenez. Time for a game break now. We check in with Justin White. All right, Justin, thanks. Yeah, Kinsler got to get him in. He's certainly deserving. Right now, Cabrera, the only Tiger. We'll see if anything changes because they're always, I mean, every single year, Rod, there's guys dropping out because of injury or maybe based on where they pitched last. So we'll see. Yeah,
there'll be some changes. There'll be some adjustments to both rosters. And hopefully Ian Kinsler can get in. He is definitely deserving.
Santana, the batter, swinging and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you're going to start to see Fulmer throw a few more off-speed pitches that apparently the Cleveland Indians are looking for that fastball. It's a real nice fading changed up there away from Santana.
Low and inside, 2 balls, 1 strike on the Indians leadoff man. Santana has 19 home runs this year. 8 of them have come in the leadoff spot. Really kind of changed the dynamic of their offense a little bit against right-handed pitching when Terry Francona earlier this year decided to lead Santana off.
A lot of people thought that Francona was crazy.
But when you look at the numbers, and yes, he's not a prototypical guy. He walks a ton, though.
Yeah, he has good on-base percentage. He really had no one else to lead off other than Rajai Davis.
4 walks in this series for Santana. He is 3rd in the American League with 49 walks. One is fouled back out of play. 3-2 now on Santana.
Heavy dose of fastballs already thrown today by Michael Fulmer. Of the 33 pitches that he has thrown, about 68% have been fastballs. The fastballs have been firm, all in the 94, 95 mile per hour range. Here comes another heater.
Fouled away.
Next pitch is going to be a changeup.
The Indians this year at home are batting .293. A lot of their guys up and down the lineup have big averages at home. And only the Red Sox have a better home batting average. They're over 300. And that's partly why these Indians have won so many in a row at home here. 13 straight. Ripped to right field, base hit. Jimenez had to watch it sail by him. He will head to third base. And he's going to get in there standing up. He was able to get to third even though that ball made him stop.
All the hits that Michael has given up today so far have been on fastballs. They might want to change their approach a little bit. Start to mix in a few more off-speed pitches.
That is 4 hits already for the Indians today.
Michael Fulmer has gone 8 straight starts. And he has not given up more than 1 run in any of those starts. He's in jeopardy of giving up his 2nd run of the day here. Runner on 3rd with nobody out. First pitcher to allow 1 or fewer runs in each of his 8 start stretch since 1913.
Well, he allowed just 2 hits in his last start over 7 innings, and the Tribe already with 4 hits today. Kipnis takes the ball high and away, 1-0. Fly to center field in his first at bat.
And the first run that Fulmer did give up last half inning was an unearned run because of the air, and by the right fielder Stephen Moya.
One ball, one strike on Kipnis. Lindor on deck. Some early trouble for Michael Fulmer, who surrendered a run in the second, and now first and third with nobody out in the third. Inside, 2-1. Tigers going forward will keep a very close eye on the innings count for Fulmer heading into the second half. He's not going to make a start in the second half until the 5th day after the All-Star break. Now the 2-1. Kipnis rips it down the line. Foul. Oh, that should have been caught right there.
He made a great effort for it.
He may have been distracted by his yellow shirt.
He could have been.
Oh, she threw it back. Oh, no.
That's beautiful. I don't want that ball. You didn't catch it the first time. She has no idea what she just did.
Tigers fans are like, we don't want no foul balls that are hit by Indians. She just fired that thing back out there.
Didn't she, though? That's beautiful.
Way to go. Here's the 2-2 in the air toward right field. That ball slicing down the line, and it is a foul ball. Oh, just foul for Kipnis, who barely missed a 3-run homer. That's about as close as you can get. That's going to bring Saltalamacchia out to the mound.
And Terry thinks it's close enough to get them to look at it. It's clearly foul.
Well, he's going to have a chat now with Tim Timmons, the home plate umpire. They're going to look at it. That is the crew chief, Mike Everett, who came over from his second base position, and now he will call Ryan Blackney over there with him, and they'll put the headsets on, so they're going to look at this. Kipnis thought he had one, and it just kept hooking down the line. So this play under review right now as the Indians challenge the call on the field, which was a foul ball.
Didn't take long.
Nope. So they gave it a shot, but it clearly went foul. And the count stays 2-2 on Kipnis. The Indians are squaring up some balls here against Fulmer early in this game. And it's outside. 3-2 now on Kipnis. First and third, nobody out. The 3-2 is ripped again, foul down the right field line.
As good as Fulmer has been, you knew that this would be a test for him today. Going up against one of the hottest teams in all of baseball, especially at home. The Cleveland Indians, they've won 13 straight games here. Fulmer's already thrown quite a few stressful pitches in the game. High leverage pitches.
Swing and a miss. He gets Kipnis. He finally struck him out. Big out there, one away.
Several changeups and breaking balls. He continued to throw to Kipnis. Kipnis continued to foul all those off. Finally reached back, and with a 94-mile-per-hour fastball, and dusted Jason Kipnis.
So with one away, here is Francisco Lindor. It's a 17-pitch inning so far for Fulmer.
Lindor already with 7 sac flies this year. 7 of them. That leads the American League.
He had 2 of them in the first game in this series to help the Indians to a 5-3 win. Blowout win last night. They beat the Tigers 12-1.
For a young player, Lindor has the ability to really slow the game down in this particular situation. Runner on third, less than 2 outs, where there are some young players that are just way too aggressive in these situations, and they get themselves out.
Lindor had a double down the right field line his first time up. And he'll look at a strike, 0-1. .42 RBIs on the year for Lindor, who came in batting .338 at home. Swing and a miss, and the count is 0-2.
Real good changeup by Fulmer. He's thrown quite a few changeups here in the third. Good arm action, good arm speed, well located at the bottom of the zone. Fastball upstairs. Will he chase it?
Will not. A little bit 2 up and in, and the count now 1-2 on Lindor, who already has 3 RBIs in the series. He leads the Indians with 96 hits this year, so he's gaining on 100. Edelman slowing in, and the count evens now 2 balls and 2 strikes. This rally for the Indians started with a single from their number 9 hitter Jimenez. Then a base hit by Santana chased him to third.
And Lindor was given a gift double his first time up. A ball hit in the left center field that should have been caught by Maben.
Grounded foul back into the Tigers dugout. It'll rattle around.
The Indians are doing exactly what they planned on doing coming into the game here today. They knew they had to battle Michael Fulmer. He has been one of the better pitchers in our sport the last 2 months. And they also know that that Tigers bullpen is not in good shape. They know that Fulmer, they're going to watch his innings. They're trying to get into the Tigers bullpen as early as possible here today.
One in the air to left field, and Upton comes out and make the catch. Here comes Jimenez. They're going to try and score and throw to the plate. The slide not in time.
Another sacrifice fly for the rookie sensation Lindor.
His RBI total now is 43.
Actually, technically not a rookie, but just 23 years old. Nice base running by Jimenez too, getting back to tag on that line drive.
I didn't think Roddy had a chance to score.
I didn't either initially.
It wasn't deep, and it was a line drive.
Took about 3 or 4 steps down. Then he got back to the bag in a hurry and challenged the arm of Justin.
So it's 2-0 in favor of the Indians. And he will appeal to say he left early. Oh, they're calling him out. Jimenez left early and take the run off the board.
Did he really?
Here comes Tito Francona. Boy, you never see that called. But apparently Jimenez left early. Are they going to look at this now?
Yes, they are.
Jordan Baker, the umpire at third base, said that he left early. That's the call on the field. So hold everything. Maybe this run doesn't score.
They've got the boys busy back in New York early today on a Wednesday afternoon in the command center.
He already looked on a ball that was hit by Kipnis, whether or not it was a homer, fair or foul.
That was an umpire's challenge. That's why Terry Francona could challenge this particular call by the third base umpire. If he loses this one, he will have no more challenges until later.
I think he clearly left early.
I saw him live and I thought he was iffy, yeah.
I have to take one more look at it. But you don't usually see this called, so apparently. And Jordan Baker down there saw that he left early.
Boy, how big of a swing would this be? Well, maybe not. We'll see. I mean, it was, you're right. I mean, it's not called very often, so when an umpire calls it, he must feel pretty strongly about it.
I mean, they got to look on the board here where it looks like the ball is in the glove and he's on the base.
Yeah. Now that I look at it again, I think you're right. Here's the call. And he scored the run, so he did not leave early. So it is 2-0. Jimenez had to wait for that run scored, and Lindor had to wait for that RBI. So the Indians lead 2-0. And here is Mike Napoli now with the runner at first and a run in. Ball one inside to Napoli. Try and remember the last time I saw somebody called out on an appeal play like that for leaving too early. I can't think of a situation.
No, I can't think of one either. And very seldom is it called.
1-0 is a big swing there by Napoli. 1-1.
Good fastball there by Fulmer. You don't want to work down in the strike zone Napoli. You want to work around the belt buckle or higher, especially if you're going to throw him a fastball. He murders the ball down.
Fulmer about to throw his 25th pitch this inning. Napoli cuts and misses again.
Not afraid to throw that changeup to the right-handed batter. It has been a tremendous weapon for Fulmer.
Here's the 1-2. Little pop-up. Let's see if Saltalamacchia can get there. He will. And that will end the inning. Another run in for the Tribe. They score one, lead one. We go to the fourth.
Tag-up play by Jimenez. I'm going to blow it up for you. And the ball in the glove. He does not take off too soon. It's a good call. Good reverse.
So the Indians have a 2-0 lead. The Tigers have the top of the lineup coming up as we go to the 4th inning. Tomlin goes back to work, and Kinsler strokes a ground ball base hit to right field. That'll be the first Tigers base runner and hit of this game. So see if they can get it started now.
And the second time today, Ian Kinsler has swung at the first fastball he's gotten from Tomlin. With as many ground balls as Tomlin has thrown here today, you wonder if Brad Ausmus will turn Kinsler loose and let him try to steal a base. At least try to stay out of a double play.
Cameron Maybin has hit the ball on the ground to the shortstop. He's 0 for 1.
Already 6 ground ball outs. And thrown by Tomlin today.
Uribe is in tight at third base. Nine up, 9 down to start the game before Kinsler with a single to right field. Ian's first hit of the series. They've finally gotten Tomlin to pitch from the stretch in this game. Maybin showing bunt. Looks at a ball low, 1-0. Cameron has hit safely in 8 of his last 11. Tigers last night had only 4 hits and 1 run. They battled back from a couple of 2-run deficits in game 1 in the series. The 1-0 is a strike called. 1-1 on Maybin.
In the 11 games that the Tigers have played this year against Cleveland, they have had very few leads at all. The Tribe have just dominated them all season long in every facet of the game.
That'll get right through the catcher. That'll advance the runner as Jimenez unable to stop it. Now 2 balls and 1 strike. A pass ball charged to Jimenez.
And Jimenez just got lazy there.
First man in scoring position for the Tigers this afternoon. Here's the 2-1. Fouled back. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Maybin. Well, trying to get Ian Kinsler to the All-Star game. Of course, he is a member of the final vote. Here's how you could get him to the All-Star game. Visit tigers.com/vote or text A1 to 89269. Don't forget the voting ends on Friday at 4 p.m.
It would be the 5th career All-Star selection for Ian if he's able to get there.
Driven down the left field line. That ball is hooking to the corner. It goes, and it is a fair ball. Cameron Maybin with a 2-run shot right down the line, and just like that, we are tied.
We told you Tomlin has given up quite a few home runs this year. That is number 20 that he has surrendered, and that's a big hit for the Tigers. Huge hit for the Tigers.
Maybin's second of the year, ties it at 2.
It's a hanging breaking ball that was inside, and Maybin already chokes up. He pulled his hands close to his body, and that ball appeared to go right off the fair pole.
RBIs 23 and 24. And Cabrera lines one softly into right field. That'll be caught there by Chisenhall. Miggy's out. He is 0 for 2. 1 away here in the 4th. Maben usually doesn't pull the ball. He is usually hitting that ball, spraying it up the middle to the right side, but he turned on that one.
Yeah, that breaking ball and where it was in the strike zone, it just kind of naturally sped his bat up, and he caught it just right out in front to hit the ball down the left field line.
So not known for his power this year, but Maben ties the game as Victor Martinez stands in. Victor is 0 for 1 with a ground out, and he'll take a strike in the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Infield with the shift on to the right side against Martinez. He'll drive one to center field. That ball's hit pretty good. Naquin going back. It's over his head up against the wall. Martinez on his way to second, and the throw to the bag not in time. He overshoots the second baseman, but it's backed up. And a double for Victor Martinez.
And Victor got a ball away from him and barreled it up very nicely. Naquin, he just pulled up because he knew it was over his head. And then he got there and made a really strong throw back in the second base and made that play a lot closer than it looked like it was going to be initially.
There's Castellanos. Nick is 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second.
And a second time through the batting order today for the Tigers. They're doing a much better job against Tomlin.
Castellanos hits one in the air towards center field. Naquin started back. Now he's not going to be able to get their base hit. Victor will go to third and stop there, and the Tigers have their 4th hit in this inning. And Castellanos is the Tigers' Chevy Silverado most dependable player. When you look at his numbers this time last year and this year, the numbers are way up.
Yeah, really starting to mature and really starting to come into his own is Castellanos.
Now stepping in for Detroit, number 8, Justin.
That'll bring up Justin Upton now. First and third, Tigers have an opportunity here to take the lead. Both teams 2 runs on 4 hits. Upton is 0 for 1 with a ground ball to third. And Jay up looks at a ball low, 1-0. Tomlin this year came in with an ERA of 2.61 against the Tigers in his previous 3 starts. It's an area where the Tigers need to improve in this series. Just 2 for 15 in the first 2 games with runners in scoring position, but already 2 for 2 today. Ground ball foul outside of the bag at third. 1 ball and 1 strike, and Upton broke his bat.
Yeah, it sounded like he hit it right off the end of the bat.
Cameron Maben, 2-run shot, has given the Tigers a little bit of life on their bench after the single by Ian Kinsler. Now the 1-1. High, ball 2. Tomlin had little trouble the first 3 innings. 3 up, 3 down in every inning. Got a lot of ground balls, but the leadoff single by Kinsler started things here for the Tigers in the 4th. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball toward third, foul. 2-2 on Upton.
6 of the first 9 outs that Tomlin recorded in the game were ground balls. Here, second time through, Tigers finding some holes and hitting the ball very hard against Tomlin.
Louis thought about it, did not offer. Now the count fills 3-2.
And decision here for Brad. Does he start Castellanos from first base in the 3-2 count with 1 out?
Runner holds, and it's fouled back out of play. Coming into this game, the Indians had outscored the Tigers 77-24 in their 11-game streak against the Tigers.
Whew, that's a boatload.
It is a huge differential, but it's good to see the Tigers fight back here after falling behind early in this game and now have a chance to go on top. High fly ball, left field. Naquin measuring it. Martinez tagging. Catch is made. Victor will come in to score. Throw comes into second base, and Castellanos has to dive back into first. Sac fly by Upton. He gets it done, and the Tigers have the lead. RBI number 37 for Upton, and that is just the second lead the Tigers have had against the Indians in 12 games this year.
Yeah, we were talking about that early in the game, the fact that the Tigers have had very few leads against the Tribe.
3-2 ball game, and now Steven Moya will check in with 2 outs. A 3-run fourth for the Tigers. Bouncing ball right to the first baseman Santana, who tags the bag for the out. Inning is over, but a very productive inning for the Tigers. Maben, a 2-run shot, got it going for Detroit. This one tied the game, and then the Tigers took the lead. Three to two as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning here in Cleveland. Final game of the series. Tigers trying to at least skip town with 1 win. Michael Fulmer goes back to work, and his first one is a strike call to Jose Ramirez. Chisenhall to follow, and then Juan Uribe in the home half of the fourth inning. Way inside, 1 ball, 1 strike on Ramirez, who doubled in the second and later scored a run.
And Michael Fulmer, 55 pitches thrown so far in this contest. 26 of those were last inning.
That'll bounce in, 2-1. Yeah, it was the lengthy half inning in which he gave up just the 1 run on the sac fly by Lindor. Indians getting 1 in the second, 1 in the third. Tigers scored 3 in the fourth. There's a strike called. Even the count now, 2-2 on Ramirez.
He's been fearless with that changeup through the first 3 innings here today. He's thrown quite a few of them.
Full count, 3-2. Sounded like he broke his bat.
For sure.
Yes, he did. And Ramirez will get a new one. Fulmer now has had 4 3-ball counts already in this game. He was so dominant against the Rays. Now, granted, the Rays not nearly as talented offensively as the Indians are. But he gave up only 2 hits in 7 innings with 10 strikeouts. Little chopper toward first, foul. Fulmer at 60 now. Here's the 3-2 inside. He walked him. Leadoff man is on. Fulmer did not want to do that. Well, let's get an update on J.D. Martinez. We check in with Trevor Thompson.
Yeah, Mario, obviously Stephen Moya getting a lot of run in left field since J.D. Martinez went down. But I saw J.D. this morning, and despite the Tigers' troubles against the Tribe, he's in very good spirits. That sore arm's getting a whole lot better. He's looking forward to making his return shortly after the All-Star break, to which I asked him, where are you going for the All-Star break? And even at this late date, told me he wasn't sure what his plans are going to be for then. What are your guys' plans?
Well, it's not going to be rehab, which is what J.D.'s doing on his elbow, that's for sure.
I'm going to go somewhere, Trevor, and relax a little bit for about 4 or 5 days.
You're headed out to the West Coast, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going out to the West Coast.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with JD. We haven't decided what we're going to do yet, but we've got a full weekend to figure that out. Lonnie Chisenhall will stand in now.
Ramirez has 10 steals, so Michael Fulmer has to keep him close over at first base.
Hammer to center field. Maben is on the move. Boy, Chisenhall continues to hit the ball hard in this series.
But something else regarding Fulmer, and we don't nearly talk about it a lot because he has so many other impressive things that he does well with his arsenal on the mound. He's tough to run on. And very few attempted steals this year while Fulmer has been on the mound because of the quick delivery to home plate.
Here's Juan Uribe.
We'll see if Ramirez wants to force the issue.
Fly ball center field. Again, Maben tracking this one. And there are 2 gone. Holding it first, Ramirez. We'll get 9 Tigers games for just $49 with the Tigers July Ballpark Pass. That's tickets for every home game in July for just $49. If you'd like to order yours, you can do so by visiting tigers.com/pass. It's a good buy, good value.
That is a good deal.
Here's Tyler Naquin. 6-3 ground out in his first at bat. Runner bluffing. A little bit of a start there for Ramirez, then he stopped. McCann not playing today. He was throwing guys out at a 57% clip. The Tigers today have Saul Tulamacchia behind the plate. And he'll draw a throw down there at first. Ramirez dives back in.
Michael Fulmer getting the ball out of his hand into the glove of Saltalamacchia in about 1.06 seconds, which really makes it impossible for Ramirez to steal. If Saltalamacchia makes a quality throw down to second base, he'll get thrown out if he wants to steal.
Broken bat, little pop up, and Iglesias can't get it. Base hit. They're going to get the runner to third as Ramirez dives in. And now the Indians have runners at first and third, 2 outs.
That is good heads-up base running there by Ramirez. A little soft line drive into the outfield. Both Castellanos and Iglesias had to go for the ball, which meant there was nobody at third base, and Ramirez never stopped. It's good base running. But we talked about that last night, how aggressive these Indians are on the base paths. Was that Napoli that went first to third last night?
It was Napoli, and little plays like that often end up making the difference in wins and losses. Now the tying run at third with 2 outs. Here's Chris Jimenez. Singled, scored a run back in the third. Little half swing, grounded back to the mound. Fulmer throws him out, and the threat is over. No runs, they hit a walk, and 2 men left. On Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Chevrolet, more than you expect for less than you imagine. Tigers on top of this one, 3-2, as we go now to the top of the 5th. And for the Tigers, it'll be Saltalamacchia, Iglesias, and Kinsler facing Josh Tomlin, who was cruising along until he gave up 3 in the 4th inning, 2 on a home run by Cameron Maybin. Saltalamacchia struck out in his first at bat. Now 1 for 6 on the road trip for the Tigers backstop. Here's Tomlin's 0-1. Ooh, down he goes. Salty on his back right now.
Man, Salty in a lot of pain right now.
Ugh. Here comes Kevin Rand.
He's in a lot of pain. Right off the knee.
Side of the knee, man.
Got a tough time putting weight on that right knee. Just in case McCann loosening a little bit, or he's at least on high alert.
Starting to tape the wrist a little bit just in case.
Salty is not coming out. He's going to limp back into the box.
Might as well hit it out so he doesn't have to run too hard.
Good point.
Just go ahead and jog around the bases or limp around the bases.
No balls, 2 strikes on Jared Saltalamacchia. He'll roll that one foul.
Tomlin threw him that same cut fastball inside. He nearly hit his knee again.
No mercy. You can see that Tim Timmons trying to give him as much time as he can, dusting the plate. And a swing and a miss, and Salty goes down to a knee and will limp back to the bench. 1 out.
And Tomlin got him with that slow breaking ball.
So here is Iglesias with 1 out. Strike 1 on Jose, who grounded to shortstop, or make it third base back in the 3rd. Tomlin working quickly, and it's fouled back out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Iglesias is now 0 for his last 10. He's bounced into 3 double plays in the series. The 0-2. Got him. Strike 3 on the inside part of the plate, and Jose did not like it at all. 2 gone. Well, that's why he didn't like it. He was way off the plate.
I think guys like Tomlin that are known as really good strike throwers get the benefit of the doubt from the home plate umpires. He's only walked 10 batters all season. And if you're around the plate all day long, sometimes you are going to get calls like that.
On the outer edge, a strike called.
And he's working both sides of the plate.
And he's thrown nothing but strikes in this inning. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled back. 0-2 on Kinsler. He had got it started last inning when they singled to right field. That set up the home run by Maben. It was the first Tigers hit of the game.
And 59 total pitches thrown so far this afternoon by Tomlin. He's only missed the strike zone with 14 of those.
Came back inside that time, but missed.
Same pitch he got Iglesias with. Only stress he pitched in was the 4th, where the Tigers scored 3 runs.
Back in there again, 2-2. Tomlin has not lost a start since May the 30th. But he's trailing here today. And now from 0-2 to 3-2. Here's the full count pitch. Rolled foul. Back into the Indians dugout. Indians are 51-32. The Tigers 4 over at 44-40. That's down the right field line, slicing away. But this certainly a critical game, as critical as they can be in the month of July, because you're headed to the All-Star break, and if the Tigers lose today, they'd be 8.5 outs. Instead, a win, and they're 6.5 out. Try and regroup and get to Toronto for a 4-game series. Pulled to third. Oh, what a play there by Uribe. His throw is off the bag. Sweet tag. No, he missed him. That'll be a base hit for Kinsler.
Should have been a double for Ian Kinsler. Real nice play by Uribe, but when you make nice plays like that, you got to finish it. And he pulled Santana off the bag, and with a swipe tag, Santana could not tag Ian Kinsler. Ian with an infield single.
Uribe stumbled a bit as he was trying to get his footing, and that may have cost him an accurate throw. 2-out single. Here's Cameron Maybin. Tigers now have 5 hits. So do the Indians. Showing bunt, strike one on Cameron. Ground out in the 2-run homer today for Maybin. Now Saltalamacchia has the catching gear on. He's going to continue in this game.
Yeah, he's ready. He's a gamer.
1 ball, 1 strike on Maybin. Tomlin now is up to 67 pitches. And he missed the outside corner. 2-1. Cameron with an on-base percentage of over 400 in the month of July. Kinsler at first. Here's the 2-1. Now he's gone to 3-1 with Cabrera lurking on deck. And I'm sure Tomlin would not want to face Cabrera, so Maybin sitting pretty here with a count 3-1. And he'll walk him. That'll put 2 on for Miguel.
In case you missed it, here's the Magic Moonshot presented by Magic Window. It was the last time Maybin was in the batter's box. It was in the 4th inning. And he got a hanging breaking ball from Josh Tomlin and connected for a 2-run homer.
Well, now here is Cabrera with 2 on. The walk for Tomlin is his first of the game, so he's pretty much at his quota. It's about what he averages per 9. And Cabrera looks at the ball inside. 1-0. Tigers were 0 for 9 the first time through the order. 5 of 9 with a walk and a sac fly since.
And nice adjustment they made down there in the dugout.
Miggy waits on a 1-0. Cabrera with a ground out, then a fly out. 3-2. Tigers have the lead, looking for more with 2 outs here in the 5th. And now Cabrera fouls one off his foot. 1-2.
Maybe Miggy should have hopped like that last night when he hit that ball off his left shin, and they said it wasn't a foul ball.
Exactly.
Should have jumped around a little bit more.
Here's Kevin Rand coming out. Again, he was out earlier in the inning when Saltalamacchia hit one off his knee.
Well, here's last night. Miguel Cabrera hit a ball off his left shin, and it was ruled a fair ball. And the umpires, they talked about it, and no one saw it, and Miggy was called out, and Miggy was kicked out of the game for the 8th time in his major league career. You could clearly see the ball hit his left shin. Or at least some of us could.
Well, the umpiring crew could not. 1-2 on Miguel. 2 on, 2 out. Outside, 2-2.
If you weren't with us earlier, I told you Miguel Cabrera standing right on top of the plate here tonight against Tomlin. And Miggy, for the most part, does not stand as close to the plate as he is standing today. Hands resting comfortably right over home plate.
Didn't go, I don't believe. No, he did not. Now it's 3-2, which will start the runners here with 2 outs.
3 consecutive 3-ball counts for Tomlin, who has some of the best control in the American League.
Gap shot scores 2 here. Here's the 3-2 in the air to right field. Ball hit well. That ball is up there, and that ball is off the wall. That'll get 2 runs in. Cabrera will settle for a single, but he knocks in 2, and the Tigers have added to their lead.
There's your gap shot. Let's take a look at our Bell Tire pitch by pitch. Miguel Cabrera standing right on top of the dish. He's looking for that cut fastball that Tomlin continues to feature here today. And the ones that are outside, he knows they're balls. Tomlin finally runs the count to 3-2, and Miguel, with the classic inside out swing, whistles one off the 375 gate to score Kinsler and to score Maben.
So the 2-out walk to Maben proves costly because it brought Cabrera up there. And Miguel cashes in with RBIs 52 and 53.
And top 3 hitters in the Tigers lineup getting it done today against Tomlin.
There is activity now in the bullpen. Tommy Hunter, the right-hander, beginning to warm up in their bullpen. So here is Victor Martinez. Tigers with 3 in the 3rd and now 2 here in the 5th, and they lead 5-2. Vmart swings and misses. 0-1. Double, scored a run in the 4th inning. Tigers, Rod, looked really lethargic in the first couple of innings in this game. A couple of poor defensive plays, but they've come charging back.
They really have. Second time through the batting order, guys having really good swings against Tomlin, who pretty much has had his way against Tiger bats all season. He's already beaten them 3 times. But one of the things that we talked about, the reason why they've dominated the Detroit this year is Miggy and Victor have not done a lot offensively, but they have today.
Here's the 1-1. Victor checks his swing, and he went, says Jordan Baker.
Believe it or not, those 2 RBIs that Miguel just drove in, his first 2 RBIs of the season against Tribe in the 12th game.
Now that I don't believe. One and 2 on Victor. To get back out of play. Lights have been turned on now. Clouds starting to roll in here at the ballpark. Still a pleasant day. Here are the numbers on Tomlin. This inning, a total of 30 in this inning, 19 strikes. And the 1-2, and it gets away from Jimenez. Cabrera will go to second base.
That is the first wild pitch of the year for Josh Tomlin. The first.
It was looking like another typical Tomlin start against the Tigers. He had retired the first 9 in a row, and then the Tigers got him for 3 runs in the 3rd. And they've tacked on here in the 5th. 3 in the 4th, I should say. 2-2 on Martinez. Right back up the middle, but oh, it's going to be out the glove of Lindor. Cabrera coming to third. He's going to stop there. They had him played perfectly, but Lindor couldn't scoop it.
Now it's the Cleveland Indians that are playing some bad defense. And the sure-handed Lindor. And just kind of misplayed that. He played that into a bad hop, really. If he takes a couple of steps back, he gets a better hop, but he tried to get the short hop and did not make the play cleanly.
So the inning's still going now, and here is Castellanos. First error of the ball game for the Tribe. Each side now with a miscue.
It's the 5th error of the year for the All-Star, Lindor.
Castellanos had a big single which kept the inning going in the 4th. He is 1 for 2. And Nick drives one in the air to center field. Naquin going back, still going back. He's to the track, he's to the wall, and that ball is gone. A 3-run shot to dead center field for Nick Castellanos, who missed yesterday's ball game with flu-like symptoms. He's feeling pretty good right now.
They're going to knock Tomlin out of this game.
That's going to be a death blow to Josh Tomlin, who surrenders his 2nd home run this afternoon, and the Tigers are up 8-2.
The error by Lindor is costly.
"16 home runs for Castellanos, a career high." Tigers take advantage of the air. It's a wall side windows pitching change. Tomlin done for the afternoon.
It's about time. It's already on the game. One a single, this a big fly, and both of them have come on the very first pitch of the at-bat. That's a ball that's right down the middle, 86-mile-per-hour cutter that didn't do a whole lot. Really good swing put on that baseball by Castellanos.
So the Tigers have busted this one open a bit. They lead 8-2 now. Justin Upton is spun out of there. Tommy Hunter coming up and in. 1 ball to no strikes.
And Tommy Hunter has a fastball that will get up into the mid-90s. He also cuts the fastball quite a bit and has a curveball. No slider, no changeup.
Upton swings and tips it into the glove. 1 ball and 1 strike. Justin had a sac fly to knock in a run in the 4th. Tigers now have 7 hits. They've hit 2 long balls, Castellanos and Maben. Swing and a miss. I know it was kind of a long shot, but I was really hoping Castellanos would have had a chance to go to the All-Star game. He's had such a tremendous year this year, both with the glove and the bat.
A lot of really good third basemen.
Yeah, there are only so many spots
in the American League. You have Machado. You have Josh Donaldson, reigning MVP.
One and 2 on Upton. Got him, strike 3. Upton caught looking. That'll end the inning, not before the Tigers do some major damage. Most of it on the mighty swing of Nick Castellanos to dead center. 3-run shot. Tigers baseball today presented by Bell Tire. Of baseball, and with Castellanos just hitting a home run, that's a pretty good segue. The home run numbers are up this year, Rod.
14 teams have 100 or more home runs up until this point right now. On this date last year, only 4 teams had 100 home runs or more. Over 2,900 total home runs have already been hit this year in the big leagues.
Meanwhile, the Tigers now have put up a couple of homers today. They lead 8-2 after falling behind 2-0 in this game and a sleepy start. Tigers look energized now. Fulmer goes back to work and delivers a strike to Santana. Top of the order, Santana, Kipnis, and Lindor. Two and one. Tigers doing a great job today with men in scoring position, 4 for 5. Now Fulmer with the 2-1 pitch. Boy, Saltalamacchia is getting hammered today.
Yeah, he's getting beat up. Pretty good blow right there.
A big rip there by Santana. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 8 runs on 7 hits for the Tigers. 2 runs on 5 hits for the Indians. Santana today 1 for 2. Ooh, that one just missed, and the count's 3-2. Fulmer now has gone 3-2 on an Indians hitter 5 times already in this game. Here's the 3-2 pitch. High, ball 4, and another walk to Santana. Let's check in now with Trevor Thompson with more on the Vote Kinsler campaign.
Yeah, Mario, kind of stunning that Ian Kinsler didn't get more support in the fan vote along the way, but there's still until Friday at 4 to vote for Ian Kinsler. But here's a reminder, too, to also go on and vote for Starling Marte of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Both organizations are joining together this year to support one another in the fan vote. So when you're voting for Kinsler, vote Marte, who's also having a spectacular year for the Buccos.
All right, Trev, thanks. You know, I can understand Kinsler not making the All-Star team because of the depth at second base, but the amount of votes he got was, based on his numbers, really low.
Yeah, he's having a great year. He's already made 4 All-Star teams. He's clearly one of the best second basemen in baseball.
Kipnis batting now with 1 on, nobody out.
Hitting for a lot of power this year. Driving in runs. Stellar defensively is Kinsler. He's only made 3 miscues at second. Both he and Iglesias have formed one of the more dynamic double play combos in baseball.
It's pretty good. It's very athletic, at times can be very flashy. Here's the 1-1. Kipnis ground ball to first. This might be 2. Miggy to second, 1. Relay in time. A double play, and Fulmer, he goes down covering first base.
He twists his ankle. That's what usually happens on a play like that.
Well, he's on his feet quickly, so that's a good sign.
It's a nice job by Fulmer getting to the bag on this 3-6-1 double play. Got stepped on.
Spiked.
Yeah, he got stepped on.
Didn't twist his ankle. He was spiked by Kipnis, who was racing across the bag.
And when he stepped on him, he kind of twisted the ankle.
Fulmer's going to stay in the game, it appears.
Matt Rankin, one of the Tigers athletic trainers, out there taking a look at Fulmer.
The Indians are going to challenge this here. Kipnis not going anywhere. He told Fulmer, look, I didn't mean it. Fulmer said, you're good. So in the meantime, Kipnis will stay at first base pending the outcome of this review. As it stands, a 3-6-1 double play. And Fulmer will take this opportunity to throw some warm-ups to make sure that foot's okay. I thought originally Kipnis had beaten the throw.
It does look like he steps on Fulmer's foot before the ball goes in Fulmer's glove.
Well, they've been busy in New York today. A couple of challenges already. We'll see how this one comes out. Well, I thought he was safe with the naked eye. I think he's safe here after the review. We'll see. But it's taken a long time. The good news is Fulmer seems to be okay.
It's the last thing the Tigers need is for another starter to go down some kind of way. Norris is on the disabled list. Jordan Zimmerman also on the disabled list.
Here's your answer. He's out. Double play. Probably not enough to overturn that. Crowd doesn't like it. They had a really good view on the big board here, which is spectacular, by the way, here in Cleveland, and they thought he was safe. Double play stands. 2 gone. Bases empty. Here is Lindor. Lindor with a double and a sac fly. He has knocked in a run. In fact, in the series now has knocked in 4. One ball, one strike on Lindor, an all-star this year. One and two. Rookie of the Year runner-up last year to Carlos Correa. Lindor hammers one right to Miguel Cabrera. Hit it hard, but right at him. Inning over. No runs. They get a walk, a double play. Nobody left, and we go to the 6th. As we go to the top of the 6th inning in Cleveland, final game in this series. Tigers trying to avoid the sweep, and so far they look pretty good. Michael Fulmer has gone through 5 innings in this game. He has surrendered a couple of runs. And now Steven Moya will lead things off. Moya, Saltalamacchia, and Iglesias. Bottom 3 facing Tommy Hunter. Hunter was on relief of Tomlin, who was knocked out of the game after giving up 5 in the 5th inning. Wicket right there, 0-2 on Moya. Ground out, fly out in this game for Steven. Hunter, the former Baltimore Oriole, began his career with the Rangers in Texas back in 2008. Now Moya steps out. Hunter was a starter with Texas, and in his early days with the Orioles, a starter as well. And then it got to the point where he was closing games for Baltimore for a spell.
He's always had a big arm, and fastball mid to upper 90s for Hunter.
Former first-round pick of the Rangers. Moya shoots one back out of play. 1-2 the count stays.
About every fastball that Hunter has thrown here since coming into the game has been 94, 95. He'll cut the fastball, and he's got a curveball, no slider, no changeup.
Swing and a miss.
Cutter's nasty.
In on his hands, and down goes Moya.
I mean, nasty.
That'll be the second strikeout. Hunter has come on and struck out 2.
Look at the movement on this ball.
That'll bring up Saltalamacchia.
In on the hands of Moya.
Been a tough day for Salty. He's 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts, fouled one off his knee at his last at bat. Able to stay in the game though. Here's the 1-0. Tigers have 7 hits. They've made good use of them. They've scored 8 runs, 2 homers in this game for Detroit. Now Hunter has gone 3-0. Indians 13-game winning streak at home in danger here. Tigers commanding 8-2 lead. There's a strike called. 3-1. Pulled on the ground to the right side. Lindor has it there. 2 gone. We check in now with Trevor Thompson.
Mario, Salty just grounded out, but if there was any doubt that he was going to stay in the ball game after fouling that off his knee, you knew he was going to. This guy is tough enough to carry a Chuck Norris approved bat inside the batter's box. You've got to have man-like toughness if you're going to carry that stick to the box. Never any doubt to me he would stick in the ball game.
We had a shot of the nub of his bat a couple of days ago. It said approved by Chuck Norris.
Yeah, Trev did a story on that yesterday with Saltalamacchia. Very interesting.
There's a ball inside to Jose Iglesias.
Did he say he got the idea from Johnny Gomes, I believe?
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Bouncing ball foul. What was the background on that for those that missed that story, Trev?
Yeah, Johnny Gomes had one of those bats. Salty liked it, so he got some shipped to him himself, and they thought at one point in time they were actually going to get a chance to meet the man himself, but it never materialized. But Salty loves carrying around that bat, and he says that Chuck Norris is a step above a superhero in his books.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Little bouncer to second. Kipnis has it there, and the Tigers will go 1-2-3 here in the 6th.
Chuck Norris was a bad dude.
Sure is, man. See that hat he was wearing?
Yeah.
ball game. Tigers in the lead here. And that's good news because they were in danger of being swept. Still have some work to do here, though, as we go to the bottom of the 6th. And it'll be Mike Napoli facing Michael Fulmer, who so far has given up just 2 runs on 5 hits. Swing and a miss by Napoli, who is 0 for 2 in this game. Strikeout and a pop-up. Napoli, then Ramirez, and then Chisenhall against the Tigers righty. I know he's got an 8-2 lead, Rod, but it seems like Fulmer's had to work for this one today, unlike his last start where he was just cruising.
Yeah, he's thrown some high leverage pitches, especially back in the 2nd and 3rd inning when they had some base runners on. But he really handled himself nicely and got out of those jams with minimal damage being done. He started Napoli off with 2 outstanding changeups, too.
85 now for Fulmer. He needed just 92 for 7 innings in his last start.
We talked about the importance of Fulmer staying out there today for 6 or 7 innings due to the fact that in the first 2 games of the series, Norris didn't stay out there very long and Sanchez did not last very long last night. They needed some innings out of Michael today. And more importantly, they need a win.
The other thing about Fulmer and what has made his stretch so impressive is most of his starts have come on the road this year. 10 of his 13, including today, have come away from Comerica Park. So he really hasn't had the comforts of home. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball. Shallow left. Upton coming on.
Let's get you caught up with the Comerica Bank game summary. Tigers got on the board here early in the game. 2-run shot. That was the 4th. That was off Tomlin. Then they really started to roll, and they scored 1 more run on the sac fly. Miguel Cabrera came up with a big hit. He drove in 2. His first 2 RBIs of the season against the Tribe. And then Nicholas Castellanos, big fly to straightaway center field to knock Tomlin out of the game.
Nicholas A. Castellanos. I don't know what the A stands for. We'll have to ask him. There's a ball high to the next batter, Jose Ramirez. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
And a starter for the Tribe today, Tomlin, was cruising through the order the first time through. 6 ground ball outs. He retired all 9 in a row.
Not so much the second time through, though. That's right at Kinsler. 2 gone. Now Lonnie Chisenhall. RBI for Chisenhall in this game. Sac fly back in the 2nd. Otherwise a fly ball out. 0 for 1.
Brad might just be able to squeeze 1 more inning out of Fulmer here today.
I think you're right.
At last pitch, his best of the day as far as velocity is concerned. 97 miles an hour. This guy's legit, man. Real good looking young prospect. He might just get to the All-Star game this year. And to be perfectly honest with you, there's going to be a pitcher or 2 that pulls out in the American League.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, Wade Davis was selected, but he will not go. He, of course, is a reliever.
Colomé as well. Or Colomé, too.
Here's the 1-2. Broken bat, 1 hopper to Kinsler. That's going to be an easy 1-2-3 inning. Michael Fulmer looking good again today. We'll go to the 7th inning. Ian Kinsler got to get into the All-Star game. He'll lead things off in the top of the 7th. Hit really hard. Justin, thanks very much. The Tigers on top of this one. 8-2 is our score as we go to the 7th, and a wall side windows pitching change. It'll be Zach McAllister.
Zach's got a great arm. His fastball up in the mid to upper 90s, pitching in his 30th game. 5 holds, the ERA just a shade over 4. And he has 28 strikeouts. He's walked 14 this year. Used to be a starter, but he's kind of found his way out in that bullpen for Terry Francona.
Top of the order coming up. It'll be Kinsler, Maben, and Miguel Cabrera facing the right-hander McAllister. Tigers 8 runs, 7 hits. Home team 2 runs, 5 hits. And Kinsler looks at a strike, 0-1.
And McAllister has a fastball that gets up to 94, 95, sometimes 96. He throws that fastball quite a bit, about 79% of the time.
Kinsler's next hit will be his 100th of the year. Currently leads the Tigers with 99 hits, a 2-hit game today, 2 singles.
And McAllister also has a slider, a curveball, and a split-fingered fastball.
Checked it, low and away. 2-1. Grounded foul right behind Dave Clark at third base. Looks like everyone in Detroit is showing some support now to get Kinsler to the All-Star game. Dylan Larkin and Justin Abelkader tweeting to get Kinsler as the final vote winner and get him to the All-Star game. There's a ground ball base hit and a 3-hit game for Kinsler. All singles, leadoff man on here in the 7th. That'll bring up Maben. And the Tigers have their 8th hit of the day. Well, Maben's had a good day. He has homered, he has walked, he has scored twice, and he has knocked in 2. Ball high. You know, the Tigers need a little bit of momentum, Rod, because the next 4 days will be tough. I mean, Rogers Center typically has been a tough place for them to play.
And they'll be playing on artificial surface for the 2nd time on the 10-game road trip. And the Blue Jays have a really good team, especially on the offensive end. You've got to go in there with some good pitching. And the Tigers will start that season off, the series off with Justin Verlander, who has been outstanding pitching at Rogers Center in Toronto. They're going to have to lean on him heavily tomorrow.
That one rides up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. More action in the Detroit bullpen. That would be Shane Green.
Fulmer's at 95 pitches. And the most that he has thrown in a game this year is 106. And so if Brad was to send him out there for the 7th, there's no doubt he would go over 106.
Three and 1.
Tigers very cautious of the amount of innings that Fulmer will be allowed to throw this year. They estimate that he'll get to about 160. At least that's where they'd like to get him to.
In the air to center on the line, base hit. So the Tigers again, something brewing here in the 7th. 2nd hit of the ball game for Maben.
Top 4 hitters, they've been getting busy tonight.
Tigers T-shirt Fridays kickoff Friday, July the 15th, featuring a Miguel Cabrera emoji T-shirt. To purchase an exclusive Tigers T-shirt Friday ticket package, visit tigers.com/T-shirt Fridays to purchase. Ninth hit of the ball game now for the Tigers. Here is Cabrera. Mickey big 2-run single off the wall in right field back in the 5th.
Miguel has great career numbers against McAllister. Miggy is batting .360 against that.
That'll sail outside. 1 ball and no strikes.
And McAllister continues to miss with his off-speed stuff, and now he's fallen behind. And he's going to be forced into throwing a fastball here to Miggy.
Missed again. 2-0. .360 versus McAllister. The 2-0 is outside. 3 balls and no strikes, and McAllister now digging a rather sizable hole here in the 7th. Way up and in. That's ball 4. That will load the bases with nobody out. 2 singles and a walk, and Victor Martinez will stand in, and the ratio not good.
And the 23-year-old youngster Lindor in to talk to McAllister, and Lindor shows lots of leadership skills.
So V-Mart, who stands in at .341 career with the bases loaded, 4 grand slams. He's got a double, reaching on an error, and he has scored a couple of runs, and he grounds it foul. 0-1. Tigers fell behind 2-0 today, then scored 3 in the 4th and 5 runs in the 5th inning. And it looks like they're going to score a few more here. T.J. House, who was called up a couple of days ago, warming up in their bullpen. Ball high. 1 ball, 1 strike. The struggles continue for McAllister. V-Mart takes low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tigers trying to get back to 5 over the 500 mark. They can do that with a win today. Not only that, but snap the winning streak that the Indians have at home here of 13 straight. Here's the 2-1. Way high. 3 balls and 1 strike, and no room on the bases. Kinsler and Maimon got it started with the base hits, and then Cabrera walked. Here's the 3-1. He's going to pull the trigger on it and line it foul right by the first base coach, Omar Vizquel. 3-2 now on Victor. All of the Tigers offense in terms of their hits have come from 1 through 5 in their lineup, including a double by Martinez. There's a high fly ball, shallow right field. Chisenhall is there. Kinsler tagging but holding as Chisenhall fires it back in. 1 gone.
Let's take a look at the big boys' big play of the game. It happened back in the 5th inning. There were 2 men aboard when Castellanos stepped to the ditch, and he got a first pitch fastball from Josh Tomlin and hit it over the 400-foot sign straightaway center field for his 16th home run of the year. Castellanos is hitting .415 with 4 homers and 16 RBI on first pitches seen in any at-bat this year. He loves to feast on first pitch fastballs. And the OPS is over 1,100.
Career high 16th home run for Castellanos. Ball one from McAllister. Nick did not play yesterday, really wasn't feeling all that good, and today, despite the fact that I'm sure he's not 100%, he has added 2 more hits and 3 RBIs. There's a drive in the air toward right, toward the line, Chisenhall, and it's out of play. One ball and 1 strike. And we told you that most of the damage has come from the top. We meant it. There you go.
Yep, it's top heavy today.
One and 2 on Castellanos. Nick has a chance to get to the All-Star break, and a really good chance reaching the 50 plateau in RBIs. He's at 48 right now. In fact, he could do it right here in this at bat. Now McAllister steps off. Driven in the air toward left center field. Ball is hit well. Naquin going back. He looks up. Hits against the wall. 2 runs are in. Cabrera stops at third. Castellanos having a day. That is a 2-run double to make it 10-2 Tigers.
And that is the 5th run that Castellanos has driven in here this afternoon. Boy, they could have used his bat last night. That's a hanging breaking ball there thrown by McAllister, and Nick Castellanos goes down to get it and hits the ball off the wall. By the time Naquin gets it back in, Castellanos with another double, and Miguel Cabrera, who was on first base, has to stop at third.
So Nick gets to the 50 plateau with a 5 RBI day today. And that's going to be it for McAllister, who does not survive the 7th. He got just 1 out. We'll be back. It's 10-2 Tigers.
Really impressed with the maturation process this year of Nicholas Castellanos. He has just clobbered the baseball. Batting averages well above 300. He's hitting lots of doubles. He's reaching the seats when he catches it just right. And it's not just his offense that's been very good this year. He's also gotten it done on the other side of the ball. Nice play in Tampa, diving, getting to his feet quickly. And then he comes in and he makes a do-or-die play where he grabs that ball in the palm of his hands. He transfers it to the fingertips, and he's always throwing accurately across the diamond. Nick Castellanos, boy, playing like an all-star, Mario.
He is. Certainly deserves to be there. He's got 50 RBIs now. Second and third. TJ House will face Justin Upton. And it's a strike called on Upton. House was recalled on the 4th of July from AAA. Numbers with Columbus this year.
Quite a few starts down in Columbus. Earned run average 4.45 for House.
No balls, 2 strikes on Upton. The Tigers are now 5 for 7 with runners in scoring position.
That's pretty good because they came into the game today having not had a hit with runners in scoring position, correct?
No, I think they were 2 for 12.
They were 2 for 12 coming in.
So that wasn't really good. You've got Cabrera at third and Castellanos at second. And a chop foul. Upton knocked one in with a sac fly in the 4th. All Tigers today 10-2. They were down 2-0 early. That did not dissuade them. 3-run 4th, 5-run 5th, 2-run 7th. Fouled away.
And today it's the Tigers putting up all those crooked numbers on the scoreboard. Last night Tribe had their way.
Another foul back out of play.
But it always comes down to the starting pitching. And today Fulmer was much better than their starter, Josh Tomlin. Much better. Last couple of days their starters have been better than our starters.
Missed it high, 1-2.
And if Michael Fulmer is done in the game, and I would assume that he might be done, he will go to 9 straight starts with 1 earned run or less given up, and that has to be some historic territory. It's almost unheard of, really.
Gave up a couple of runs, but the first one he gave up was unearned. Swing and a miss. Upton is dusted. 2 gone. And he's got the hoodie on, so that looks like it's meaning he's done for the night.
And if you think about it, in the grand scheme of things, they've already talked about that they want to protect his arm. They want to watch the amount of innings that he throws this year. He's given them 6 really good innings. He's up to 95 pitches. Really no need for Fulmer to throw another pitch in this game.
No, and the Tigers are up 10-2. Here is Moya. Ball 1. House replacing McAllister, who faced a total of 5 batters, got only 1 out. TJ born in Louisiana, lives in New Orleans. Grounded foul.
You ever been to New Orleans?
I have.
I mean, like a vacation to have fun?
No, just passing through. So
Yeah.
I really haven't been able to.
They say it's a really nice place to go. Got a couple of days to eat some good food, have some nice beverages, and just kind of chill.
All of that sounds really good.
Yeah. Listen to a lot of really good jazz.
Most of the guys that get to the big leagues played other sports in high school. A lot of them played basketball, some played football. TJ House was a swimmer in high school.
You don't hear that very often regarding baseball players that get to the big leagues that were swimmers.
Very few of them. Hammered to the gap in left center field. That ball is going to go to the wall. Actually cut off at the warning track, but it's going to get the job done anyway. A 2-run double for Steven Moya, and the onslaught continues for the Tigers. Moya with RBIs 10 and 11.
It's a pretty good at bat here by Moya going up against the left-hander House. He stays on that baseball nicely and drives it the opposite way for a couple more RBI.
Tigers now have 11 hits. They have a 10-run lead. Salty looks at a strike on the outer edge. Here's the 0-1. That'll get back out of play. This has turned into a 4-run inning, so the Tigers have had a 5-run inning and a 4-run 7th now. 0-2 on Saltalamacchia. Down he goes. House strikes out a pair, but gives up a couple more. Big inning. Tigers now lead 12-2. Coming up the Consumers Energy 7th inning stretch. Game. Michael Fulmer has done it again. He's pitched an outstanding ball game, and the Michael Fulmer run has been really good today.
Well, he pitched in a little stress early in this game, but he made some quality pitches when they did have some runners on base, and this very easily could have gone away from Michael Fulmer, especially the way that this team has been playing here at home. Fastball got up to 97 miles an hour in the 6th inning. He threw some outstanding changeups to the right-handers and some really good sliders too. Nice effort by Michael Fulmer.
Here are the numbers on the dynamic rookie. 6 innings, 5 hits, couple of runs, only 1 earned. 95 pitches, and so he'll come out of the ball game now and hand things over to Mr. Shane Green.
And maybe just 1 inning here today for Shane Green. He'll want to keep him fresh going into Toronto. And it appears that Shane Green has kind of found his niche in the bullpen. Fastballs, cutters, breaking balls, and a lot of confidence pitching at the back end of the bullpen for the Tigers these days for Green.
Uribe sends a pop-up in the shallow center field. Maben coming on. 1 gone. Uribe is out of there. Tyler Naquin. Naquin a single and a ground out. Naquin played his college ball at Texas A&M. He was a semifinalist for the Golden Spikes Award, which is the award handed out annually to the top collegiate player. Tigers pitching today has given up just 5 hits. One ball, one strike on Naquin. Tigers bullpen has been touched up in this series. Of course, Rondon gave up the game-winning homer in Game 1, and yesterday Farmer and Mark Lowe both gave up some runs.
Michael Fulmer has gone 10 straight starts, and he has not given up more than 5 hits in any of those starts. 10 starts, not more than 5 hits in any of the starts.
He'll get back out of play. 2-2 the count remains.
It has been a long time since baseball has seen a rookie come into the major leagues and do what Michael Fulmer has been fortunate enough to do in a Tigers uniform this year.
And it's not like he has not faced some decent offenses. I mean, he's going up against Baltimore. He's faced Toronto. He's faced the Yankees. He's faced the Royals.
The Angels in LA. And you know how troublesome that place is for Tigers hitters and Tigers players.
No doubt. It's been a rough place. Slow roller towards short. Iglesias barehanded play. Can't make it.
He wasn't going to get Naquin anyway. Naquin's got some good speed, especially running from the left side of the batter's box.
An infield hit for Naquin. 1 on 1 out, and Chris Jimenez will step in. Jimenez a single and run scored back in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2.
And nice cut fastball there thrown by Green at 89 miles an hour. He started that ball off the plate inside. And Jimenez gave up on it and it caught the inside corner. Now he's going outside. Same pitch.
He'll need a new bat. Jimenez, you may have heard a couple of days ago in Toronto, had to pitch a couple of innings in relief. That 17-1 game that the Blue Jays won over the Indians. So Jimenez needed a couple of days to kind of recover from that. Didn't play in the first 2 games of the series.
He needed a breather.
Needed a breather, and he's back in there today. We are seeing a lot of position players pitching this year at times. There's a swing and a miss. Jimenez out on strikes, 2 gone. Fox Sports Detroit's University Days rolls right along this summer with Eastern Michigan University at Comerica Park on Tuesday, July 19th. Get a special ticket package to the Tigers Twins game and get a Tigers baseball cap in Eagles colors. To buy tickets or to get more information, visit tigers.com/EMU.
University Days.
Here is Santana with 2 outs.
Shane Green throwing a lot of strikes. He's thrown 12 pitches. 9 of those have been strikes, and I'm talking about quality strikes. Good breaking balls, good cut fastballs.
Back him out of there. 1 ball and 1 strike on Santana. Single and a walk in this ball game. Abraham Almonte is moved to the on-deck circle. He would bat for Kipnis if it gets that far.
And Terry Francona taking the liberty of getting his all-star second baseman, at least last year, Kipnis, off his feet for the remainder of this one. No days off for most of these teams down the stretch, heading into the all-star break. It's always a nice time, though, on Sunday. These guys get a chance to, you know, go wherever they want to go and freshen up their bodies for the next 4 days, get some rest.
Tigers going to Toronto. The Yankees are coming here. There's a ground ball right into the shift, and Castellanos throws him out. That'll be it. No runs. They get a hit, and one man left. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire.
Tigers' second time through the batting order. They got to Tomlin. Base hit by Ian Kinsler. Then you had the big fly by Maben. Miguel Cabrera also drove in a couple. And then you had the big blow. That was the one that knocked Tomlin out of the game. That was off the bat of Castellanos. First 9 batters, no hits, 6 ground balls thrown by Tomlin. Next 14 batters, 7 hits, and a lot of runs scored.
Almonte will enter the ball game. He'll play in left field. And Ramirez will move to second. So Kipnis out of the game. Almonte will bat in his spot. TJ House brings it home. 1 ball and no strikes on Jose Iglesias. Tigers lead at 12-2 as we play in the 8th inning here in Cleveland. Ball 2 outside to Iglesias. Couple of groundouts and a strikeout for the Tigers shortstop, who remains hitless in this series. Line drive. It's going to be caught by Almonte, so they tested him right away. Well, they've come alive here today against the Tribe. It's good to see, because in the first 11 games in the series, they averaged 2.2 runs.
I'll say they've been able to sharpen their claws.
Here is Mike Aviles now, who's going to hit for Kinsler. .221 for Aviles. One ball, 1 strike. Cameron Maben waiting on deck. 11 Tigers hits today, only 6 for the Indians. Here's the 1-1 with the chopper back up the middle. Ramirez has it there, and there are 2 gone. And we check back in now with Trevor Thompson.
Mike Aviles just hit for Ian Kinsler, and Mike was saying last night after the game that when he was on opposing teams watching Ian Kinsler play, he's one of those guys that stood out, one of those guys who did all the little things right, was a tough guy to play against, a tough out, and always was a hard-nosed player, called him a gamer, and that's one of the reasons he was surprised he didn't get more votes leading up to the All-Star break by the fans, and one of the reasons you should continue to vote Kinsler for this year's fan vote, Mario.
Yeah, Trev, thanks. And they can fix it. Tigers fans can absolutely fix it by voting for Kinsler to win the final vote.
I think most players feel the same way that Mike Aviles described Ian Kinsler. He's one of those guys that comes to beat you every single night. If you're on the other team, you don't like him very much if you're the opposing player. But if he's on your team, you absolutely love what he brings to the dance every single night.
Kinsler had 3 more hits in this ball game to bump up his average as Kyle Ryan begins to warm up in the Detroit bullpen. Little chopper to the shortstop. Lindor on the charge. Quick flip is in time. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. For Mike Trout and all of baseball superstars come together for the prime-time event that'll light up the summer. The Major League Baseball All-Star Game from San Diego, Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, only on Fox. Here's that final vote. Now, there are some guys that certainly deserve to be in there. You know, Springer's had a great year, so has Longoria. Michael Saunders having a good year, but we'd like you to vote for Ian Kinsler.
For sure.
To get that final roster spot.
And Tigers only have one All-Star representative as we speak, and that would be Miguel Cabrera.
Looks like more changes are coming here. Romine will take the spot of Cabrera. He'll play first base. Kyle Ryan takes over for the Tigers.
Ryan pitching to a 2.51 earned run average. The whip 1.29. 20 strikeouts for Kyle and 6 base on balls. He's pitched very good baseball since being recalled from Toledo.
Mike Aviles will play second base for Kinsler. Abraham Almonte looks at a strike from Kyle Ryan.
Almonte switch hitter, good fastball hitter. Last year, 255 homers, drove in 24 runs.
Line to left, that'll get down, a base hit and more. It's going to go to the wall. Almonte motoring to second, and he's in with a stand-up double. That'll bring up Lindor. That is the 7th hit of the ball game for the Indians. Lindor with a double and a sac fly. He has driven in a run in this game. Average now at 300. Popped up foul and back to the seats. Lindor with 43 runs driven in. He'll represent the Indians at the All-Star game. It is a 12-2 ball game in the 8th inning, and John Adams is still going out there. He is not giving up. Not going down without a fight. There's a soft line drive to center field. Maben on the move. He'll run it down.
John Adams has to have some very strong forearms, partner. He's been beating on that drum, man, for the last 20 years.
Well, they look kind of average to me, actually.
You can't see in that shirt. And Mrs. Adams, she's taking the day off the last couple of days, though. She was up there with him on the 4th.
Yeah, she didn't get up this early this morning.
You're on your own today, sir.
Yan Gomes is going to bat here for Napoli. Tigers lead by 10 here in the 8th. And Gomes looks at ball 1. Gomes caught the first 2 games of the series. Ryan's 1-0 pitch. Sliced foul down the right field line. Yan Gomes, a native of Sao Paulo, Brazil. He wears the number 10, and he wears that for a reason. Not for a baseball idol of his, but for a soccer player. Of course, soccer very big in Brazil. Pele used to wear the number 10.
Oh, cool.
One of the all-time great soccer players, or as they say there, football. Look at John Adams in a 2-box now. How about that?
Got his long sleeves on. Button-up shirt. It's hot out there today.
It's almost 90 degrees.
I guess they don't let him wear golf shirts either.
Must be cool up there. Oh, man. No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
1-2. Nope, no golf shirt for Mr. Adams. Ryan with the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Gomes is out. And Salty throws down to complete it. 2 gone. Hey, follow Tigers Baseball live with the MLB.com at bat app. Stay up to the moment at any moment with game day, live game video highlights, StatCast news, and more. Download MajorLeagueBaseball.com, MLB.com at bat. #1 app for live baseball on your phone or tablets. Here is Jose Ramirez with 2 outs. Ryan trying to strand the leadoff double. Ramirez has a double of his own, 1 for 3. Strike 1. Not a bad gathering today. At the beginning, there were 24,098. That was the attendance for a noon start here on a Wednesday in Cleveland.
Yeah, they had a sellout just a couple of days ago. That was on the 4th, only their 2nd sellout of the season. The other one came on, as you can imagine, opening day.
1 ball, 1 strike.
But they do say that they have started to sell a lot more tickets with the home winning streak that they have here currently, 13 games. It's in jeopardy, obviously. But they say that they've had a nice walk-up crowd, too.
Well, that's good.
So fans starting to get behind the team again in Cleveland. They should. It's going to be a fun summer for them.
Here's the 1-1. 1-2 on Jose Ramirez.
A nice little cut fastball there at 89 miles an hour thrown by Ryan.
Here's the 1-2, and he missed outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Ramirez. Tigers had a couple of big innings today that really blew this game open. The 5-run fifth, the biggest, because at that point it was just a 3-2 ball game. Then they pile on with 4 in the 7th. Oh, down goes Ramirez at the plate. He was hit by the pitch.
Did he swing?
Here come the Indians trainer to take a look at Ramirez. Let's see.
No.
No. So Ramirez will take first base. They have 2 on now with 2 outs. And that brings up Lonnie Chisenhall. RBI today for Chisenhall, a sac fly back in the 2nd. Strike 1 on the outside corner. Oh, 2. Tigers hit Fulmer go 6 this afternoon. Green a scoreless 7th, and now Ryan trying to pitch a scoreless 8th. Meanwhile, Fulmer hoping to win his 9th game of this season. He's in great shape for that with a 12-2 lead. Tigers about to run their record to 45-40 and gain another game on these Indians after dropping the first 2 in the series. The Tigers would be 6.5 out heading to Toronto for the final 4 games of the first half. Little pop up back a short. Iglesias runs it down to end the inning. No runs, a double, a hit batter. hit one straight over the center field wall at Comerica last week. Here is the game summary. Tigers offense most runs scored this season here against the Indians today. They put up 12. Castellanos big day, including a homer, a double, and 5 driven in, and Fulmer has done the rest.
Did J-Dub just say that Stanton has gotten to 200 home runs already?
It's amazing. I mean, that guy.
That's quick.
As Jeff Manship takes over.
And he plays in that graveyard that he plays in down in Miami at Big Ballpark.
How many home runs that he has hit do you think are cheap home runs?
Oh, he doesn't hit many cheap ones.
Wall scrapers.
Yeah, he's hit some serious line drives, man. And even when he does hit the moon shots, those are majestic home runs that he hits.
Romine getting it started here in the 9th. Looks like McCann has moved on deck. Fouled straight back.
7th season for Stanton, and he's at 200 home runs. Ian Kinsler in his 11th season just got to 200 a couple of days ago. Different players, obviously. But there probably is not that many guys in the history of the game that has gotten to 200 any faster than a guy like Stanton has gotten there. Maybe a few, not many.
The 2-2 is inside. 3-2 on Romine. Well, that's one of the things about interleague play that I guess is a positive. Tigers fans not able to see Stanton play, and they got to see him at Comerica Park in that 2-game series last week.
It's funny how this game of baseball is, man. About 3 weeks ago, man, Stanton could not hit water if he fell off a boat.
That's right.
Man, he was striking out 3 times a game. And then all of a sudden, things just start to click again, and he starts to perform the way that they knew that he could perform.
Oh, man, right off the pitcher. It's going to be run down, but not in time. And a bullet hit right back to the mound.
That one hurt so bad that Manship really couldn't even go after it. Ooh, looked like they got him in the right hamstring area, somewhere around there. He got smoked, I know that. He's gonna have a nice bruise tomorrow. Well, he's gonna have a nice bruise now.
Both trainers have been working overtime today.
The trainers, the umpires, everybody's been working hard here this afternoon. There's been 3 challenges.
Hey, join us tomorrow. The Tigers head north to Toronto to take on the Blue Jays. All your coverage begins with Tigers Live at 6 right here on Fox Sports Detroit. And if you can't be by a TV, take us on the go and live stream us on your Fox Sports Go app. 6 p.m. right here, Fox Sports Detroit, or on Fox Sports Go.
And Joey Bautista is still on the disabled list, but they still have that guy Encarnacion and Donaldson batting right in the middle of their order, and Michael Saunders having a really good year for Toronto, another outfielder. Tulowitzki, that's a good team. It's a good baseball team, Toronto.
Yeah, Tulowitzki was on the disabled list. He's back. McCann batting for Martinez. 1 on, nobody out, 12-2. Tigers have the lead here today. There's a strike called, 1-1. Well, we've talked about the lead that Cleveland has in the division, but there are wild card implications as well.
It's close right now. 6 teams within 2.5 games of a potential playoff spot as we speak.
One-two is outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on McCann.
I'm kind of surprised we didn't see the skipper here while we were here in Cleveland. Usually when we come to Cleveland, Jim Leyland shows up.
It's a short trip.
Yeah, it's close to Pittsburgh. He usually gets in his car and comes on over.
Did you say something to offend him last time?
I did not.
Here's the 2-2. Bouncing ball back up the middle. He'll get one at second and a double play.
That was a very slow developing double play, but they were still able to turn it.
2 gone. It'll bring up Castellanos. Well, what a day for Nick. Single, double, homer, 5 RBIs. He wouldn't triple here, would he?
Why not? Hit one out there to straightaway center field. Naquin slip and fall down one time. That'll get the triple.
There's a ball low, 1-0. It's about the only thing that Castellanos would need to accomplish today. It's been a great day.
Yeah, a lot of times when you're a little bit under the weather, and Castellanos was sick yesterday. I saw him downstairs in the clubhouse before the game today. He didn't look all that good today either. He looked like he was not feeling good, but sometimes when your body doesn't feel that good, it kind of gets you to concentrate a little bit more. You know you've got to conserve some energy, and he just played a great game today.
1-2 on Nick. Bobby Parnell has been warming up. He was called up today. Castellanos rolls it foul down the third base line.
But you know, Nick's teammates were teasing him yesterday. They were saying he had Carrasco-itis, and the starting pitcher for the Indians yesterday. But no, Nick's not going to dodge anybody. Is he good or what?
He's really good. But then so is most of their rotation. And Nick fights that one off back into the seats.
I bet a lot of those starters on their side today, whether it be Kluber or Bauer, Carrasco or Salazar, I know they enjoyed watching Michael Fulmer.
Indians came in with the best ERA in the American League. That'll get nicked up a little bit today by the Tigers offense. Swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. No cycle today for Nick, but a good day nonetheless. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank. Raise your expectations of what a bank can be when it's time. Come to Comerica. Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. See why Chevy drives the Motor City. And by Wallside Windows. We can do that. We are the factory. Back here in Cleveland, 3 outs to go, and the Tigers will get a win here today and snap that 11-game losing streak against the Indians in the season series. And the Tigers go back to the bullpen now. Bobby Parnell coming out of the pen.
And Bobby doing nice work down in Toledo for Lloyd and McClendon's Mud Hens. 30 games down there, 29 in the third innings, ERA not bad. 25 strikeouts, 14 And base on balls for Parnell, former closer of the New York Mets.
And he will go at the bottom 3 in the Cleveland lineup with 3 outs to go. Juan Uribe leads it off. He is 0 for 3 in this game. And Uribe looks at a ball low. Naquin and then Jimenez to follow. High pop up left side of the infield into shallow left. It looks like Iglesias. 1 gone. Check in now with Trevor Thompson with a preview of today's Tigers Live coming up.
Mario, the guys should enjoy talking about snapping that 11-game losing streak and the Tribe's 13-game home winning streak in the post-game edition of Tigers Live coming up after this one. We'll get with Michael Fulmer, talk about his inning, and get Brad Ausmus's thoughts on the way the Tigers perform so far on the road as its road trip continues on to Toronto after this one's over. Back up to you guys for now.
All right, Trev. Nick Castellanos, a big day here this afternoon. Single double homer, 5 RBIs. Naquin shoots one in the air, foul. Tigers today 12 runs on 12 hits. Naquin's had a couple of hits for the Indians, both singles. Parnell replaces Ryan, who replaced Green. Fulmer went 6th this afternoon. Here's the 1-1. That'll get back out of play, 1-2. Parnell last year, his ERA was over 6 with the Mets. Ball high. 2-2 now on Naquin. Tigers have Toronto next. The Yankees are coming here to Cleveland for a 4-game series. And then the All-Star break Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Used to be some teams didn't get that final day during the All-Star break. They had to travel or they played, but now it's all equal across baseball.
Yeah, that wasn't fair when some teams would start on Friday and then you had some teams starting on Thursday.
Yeah, the teams that started on Thursday were pretty bitter. 3-2. And he walked him. Ball 4. It's a 1-out walk. Chris Jimenez now. Bouncer back up the middle, could be 2. There's 1, and there's 2 to end the ball game.
Finally able to beat the Cleveland Indians this year in their 12th try.
The 11-game losing streak in the season series against the Tribe is gone. In a ball game today that took 3 hours 13 minutes to play, the Tigers win it convincingly 12-2.